Shalom. We want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that feeds from knowledge and understanding. And much love to the elect men that's standing in this thing and professing the name of the Most High and exalting it, because we're going to need him in these times that we're coming to, okay? The Most High has warned us of these things so we can praise him when they come to pass. Now I'm just going to jump into the articles, jump into the stories. There's a lot going on. If you're not keeping up with it, it'll just pretty much, you're missing things. So I'm just going to jump into this article I found that's touching bases on a lot of things. And we're living in a special time where the Most High is acting and he's going to pay back these wickeds for the things that they've done. Mainly Esau, okay? And let's start into it says, the article says 10 very strange things that have happened in just the past few weeks. And it says, have you noticed that events have begun to accelerate over the past few weeks? Things have officially started to get very weird. Chinese stocks are crashing. The Greek debt crisis is sparking out of control. The New York Stock Exchange was down for about 4 hours on Wednesday, thanks to a technical glitch. The global politicians have been acting very strangely after several years of relative calm. Could it be possible that the second half of the 2015 will usher in a time of chaos, Jacob's trouble, and confusion on a worldwide scale? Personally, I have never been more concerned about a period of time as I am about the last 6 months of 2015. And if I am right, what we have seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg. The following are 10 very strange things that have happened in just the past few weeks. Let's go down. 1. On Wednesday, the New York Stock Exchange, United Airlines, and Wall Street Journal were all taken down by unexpected technical glitches. Authorities have assured us that hackers were not responsible for any of it. 2. China, in China, a full-blown stock market crash is unfolding. The Shanghai Composite Index have plummeted more than 30% in less than a month, and Chinese version of the NASDAQ has dropped more than 40%. The amount of paper wealth that has been lost in China is 15 times greater than the GDP of Greece. Now, it's a good time to play this video.
Governor coming out last week and saying they're insolvent. Well, pretty much most counties and cities are insolvent, but we're told by the leader of the free world that raising our debt doesn't raise our debt. We don't know when all this is going to unravel, but it looks like we're getting closer to it. What's going to happen when it unravels?
Well, what is going to happen is you're going to start seeing panic in the streets. Take what's going on in Greece. How could any thinking human being that's living in that country have left money in the bank knowing that this was going to happen? So what you mentioned, Puerto Rico, they're doing the same thing. How about this? People have lost their jobs. They have a huge unemployment. What, about 40% of the people are, on some form of welfare. I got it. Let's raise taxes on the people. That's what they just did. They all do these stupid things. And then you start putting all the pieces together of what's going on around the world. And you just asked me what else is on our radar. How about China? That's basically out of the news. The markets there are down some 30% after having gone up, about over 100% in 12 months. Down 30% since the middle of June. So now, here's what's going on. When people say, are the markets rigged? Of course they are, but they love to use that proper language to make it seem as though we're all so stupid because it's white shoe boy talk. This is the headline of today's Financial Times. Here it is. China pumps liquidity into markets in fresh attempt to halt share sell-off. Remember, this is the big story. Pump liquidity? How about rigging the markets? Could anybody say that? Aren't markets supposed to take their natural course? Of course not. Not when you have to keep the Ponzi scheme going.
Gerald, I remember 10 years ago, we'd have Ron Paul on talking about the plunge protection team and markets being rigged, and people didn't believe us. Now they admit the currencies are rigged every day, the interest rates are rigged, the stock market's rigged, and I love how they just hide it in plain view like it's a good thing now, and they say we're going to take money out of your private bank account and give it to shadowy groups. That's a haircut. Again, white shoeboy language.
Yeah, and you know, you mentioned, you know, what Ron Paul said, and this isn't conspiracy theory. These guys get convicted, not charged, convicted of felonies for rigging the LIBOR rate, the interest rates, and the Forex market, the currency markets. They're convicted, and not one person goes to jail. So that's what it is. They're rigging the markets. It's in front of everybody's eyes. The Chinese are proudly announcing it. If you go to Global Times, one of their biggest news outlets, they're saying that how they're going to, you know, create stability in the markets. You're rigging the markets. And by the way, the Chinese market is very important because a lot of this money are the so-called retail investors. These are people that are gambling that don't know what they're doing. And they have a huge amount of margin calls. Now you add up what's going on. I mentioned to you how much the market has gone up in China over the last year, over 100%. That was also equivalent to about 1.3% of add-on to their GDP. So they're actually looking at declines way beyond what they're reporting. So when you put all this together, what's going on in Europe, what's going on...
Let me get this real quick. This is the book of Psalms. It's a quick precept. This is the book of Psalms 62. This is the book of Psalms 62. And we'll start at 9 or 8. It says, trust in him at all times, ye people. Pour out your hearts before him. The Most High is the refuge for us. Surely men of low degree are vanity. It says, surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not thy heart upon them. The Most High has spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto the Most High. Also unto thee, O Lord, belongeth mercy, and thou renderest to every man according to his work. The main thing was in 10. It says, trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. Because you see this, that Esau's been playing with the money. He's been playing with the stocks, playing with all types of, playing with the numbers, man. Okay, so he's not. It's an unrighteous, false balance is a abomination unto the Lord, man. Okay. One more precept. This is the book of Proverbs 15, and we'll start at 26. And it says, the thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant words. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that halteth gifts shall live. The heart of the righteous studieth studieth to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pour out evil things. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayers of the righteous. The main point was in 27. And it says, he that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. All right, let's jump into go back to the article. Verse number 3. It says just the other day hackers were able to hack into German surface-to-air batteries. See that? Missiles, man. Well, this is absolutely terrifying. According to local hackers attacked a German Patriot surface-to-air missile battery like the one shown above, stationed along the Turkish-Syrian border. The cyber attack caused the batteries to carry out unexpected orders. It's believed that the cyber attackers managed to exploit the Patriot batteries in 2 different ways. The first exploit was through the sensor shooting periodically, which controls the interactive between the actual physical missile launcher and its control system, while the other was on the guidance chip. This weakness could have allowed the hackers to steal data or more wrongly actually take control of the battery. Number 4. Earlier this week, Barack Obama told reporters that we're speeding up training of ISIL.
Was moving too slowly, but the fall of Ramadi has galvanized the Iraqi government. So with the additional steps I ordered last month, we're speeding up training of ISIL forces, including volunteers from Sunni tribes in Anbar province.
Let's go to verse 5. It says, a few days ago, the U.S. Mint announced that they were sold out of American Eagle silver coins on the exact same day that the price of silver would hit a new low for 2015. How does that make any sense? On June 30th, an unexpected blood moon was seen over a significant portion of the United States. This also happened to be exact day when the Supreme Court gay marriage decision came out. The following is an excerpt from the recent article by Cadian Coward, and I'm just going to show you the picture of it. And this is you can see it over Missouri too. It was the night it happened. It was just I was at the work and I looked up and the moon was just ominous, man. And I even said something like, man, the Lord, something gonna happen. I even said it to myself. But that was just, it was actually the Most High showing us signs that, look, something's getting ready to happen, man, on a scale that we can't comprehend, man. As you see the photos here. Okay, Lord willing, I post the articles and you brothers can go back and read them and look into them some more. It says on June 30th, a surprise blood moon appeared in the sky that was only seen in the United States. According to the National Weather Service, large wildfires in Canada have been burning due to extreme high winds. Smoke from these fires have traveled into the United States. According to the NBC, the smoke should remain in the higher atmosphere and not affect air quality. It gives the moon and sun a glossy glow. Here's what caused the effect, and we'll jump to verse 7, or we'll go to event number 7. It says, number 7, even though NASA recently stated that they know of no asteroid or comet currently on collision course with Earth, and that no large object is likely to strike Earth any time in the next several hundred years, NASA has teamed up with National Nuclear Security Administration to try to figure out a way to use nuclear weapons to destroy asteroids that are threatening our planet. And there is no threat. Why spend such time and energy on it? Because they know the Lord is coming back. It says a couple of weeks ago we learned that Barack Obama has issued 19 secret directives. What is Obama planning, and why won't he let the general public know about it? 9. This week, Pope Francis called the creation of a new economy and ecological world order where the goods of the earth were shared by everyone, not just exploited by the rich. So exactly what would such a world order look like? Keep going down. It says the Greek people just overwhelmingly voted to reject austerity of the EU. Officials have responded by giving the Greek government a 1-week deadline to come up to an agreement that will include even more austerity from the Greek people. If the Greek government does not submit, EU officials are threatening them with bankruptcy, the collapse of their banking system, and exclusion from the euro. Things promise to only get stranger from here. Let's jump into the next.
Earlier, the head of the atomic...
And this is Russia wants arms embargo lifted as soon as possible. So the situation with Iran and Russia is still there. Russia's still being a guard unto Persia, man. So we gotta keep watching this.
Between Iran and the P5+1 group of countries are continuing in Vienna. Between Iran and nuclear negotiations between Iran and the P5+1 group of countries are continuing in Vienna. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov says that two sides may reach a deal in the coming hours. Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif is holding talks with his German counterpart Frank-Walter Steinmeier. French Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius has also arrived in Vienna to join the talks. Earlier, the head of the Atomic Energy Organization of Iran, Ali Akbar Salehi, held a meeting with the U.S. Energy Secretary, that is, Ernest Moniz. Iran and the P5+1 have cited progress in the negotiations, but some differences remain. They include the arms embargo against Iran, which the nation insists that they be lifted. Russia has supported Iran's demand. Let's get an update from Presti's Homa Lesky, who joins us via Skype from Vienna. Now, Homa, a lot of anticipation.
I'll post that video, but let's read the script.
Specifically where you are right now. Tell us a bit more.
Yes, can you do it first?
Alright, let's get into the next one. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 3, or verse 2. It says, "For yourselves you know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night, even when they," it says, "for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape." So you see they're at peace talks, okay? So this peace talk is not going to end up good, man, because we know that America and Iran are going to lock horns, and that's going to bring Russia into the equation. They're already at lock horns. But these talks are they're fabrications, man. This is the book of Psalms 35 and verse 8. It says, "Let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he hath hid catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. And my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation." Because the elect is going to be ecstatic. That's the word I'm going to use. Joy and happy can't cover it, man. When Babylon the great whore is torched, that's going to be a beautiful day. Let me get this in Job. It's the book of Job 20 and 23. And it reads, and it says, "When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through." So that's going to be that nuclear war, man. That destruction. All right. So we're going to jump into the next article to show you that this Bruce Jenner thing was not some kind of thing that popped out of nowhere. It was an agenda, man. That's why they had it in, I think it was in a TV show. I can't remember what cartoon, but they had it on there where Bruce Jenner was already a woman. So this thing, it was an agenda, it's a plan. Alright? Nothing happens just out of the blue.
Oval Office tapes that were released that were recorded in the Oval Office of President Richard Nixon and some of his friends, where in one of the tapes, the Bohemian Grove came up, where Nixon had this to say about them.
And we don't mess with Mark Dice. We're just using the video for, how you say, example.
Let's look at Northern California. You know San Francisco is gone. It's clear over. I know that, but it isn't just not the rowdy part of town. But the upper class in San Francisco is that way. The Bohemian Grove that I attend from time to time, the Easterners and the others that come there, but it is the most faggy goddamn thing you will ever imagine in San Francisco crowd, because it's just terrible. I mean, I never want to shake hands with anybody in San Francisco.
Why would he say such a thing? Well, anybody who's been to the Bohemian Grove, since it's an all-male party, can tell you that the men like to dress up in drag. And so here are a few photos from the annals of the Bohemian Grove. This is the Bohemian Grove yearbook that are printed up and handed out to members every 10 years or so that the men can reminisce about their time there. And as you can see, many of them like to dress up as women. Now, in his memoir, Richard Nixon admitted something a little bit different, praising the Bohemian Grove, saying that the path to his presidency began with his lakeside talk. That's the speech that's given every afternoon during the 2-week encampment, where an industry insider or a big politician or someone from the intelligence agency gives a 30-minute or so speech to reveal his area of expertise to.
Alright, as you can see that, I'll post it. But let me read this. This is the book of Habakkuk. Let me close out with these verses. This is the book of Habakkuk 3 and verse 13. This is Habakkuk 3 and verse 13. It says, Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for the salvation with thy anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked, by discovering the foundations unto the neck. Salah. Thou didst strike through his staffs and the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter. The main point was in 13. He wounded the head out of the wicked by discovering that. So let me read it again. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even the salvation of thy anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundations unto the neck. So we see that these elites, man, they're sodomites, they're weirdos, they're Babylonians, man. Okay, the Most High is putting their skirt out there, man. This is the book of Nahum. We're just gonna run through these precepts and try to give you brothers as many as I can. This is the book of Nahum 3 and verse 5. It says, Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comfort for thee? The main thing, that's going to be when those missiles hit. But now the Most High is showing that these elites, these rich, they're sodomites, man. That they're none but degenerates. This is the book of Jeremiah 13 and 26. And it says, Therefore I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, that thy shame may appear. I have seen thine that's it on that. We'll go verse 25. This is thy lot the portion of thy measure from me, saith the Lord, because thou hast forgotten me and trusted in the falsehood. Therefore I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, that thy shame may appear. So the Most High is casting filth. And this is the book of Jeremiah 49 and verse 10. Jeremiah 49 in verse 10. And it says, but I have made Esau bare, and have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Alright? So the Most High is putting you out there, Esau, in your madness and your degeneracy. You're about to go down, and you're going into slavery. Alright? All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Rock the Yahweh, rock the Yahushai. Shalom.